So in this video, we're going to talk about how to change the time and date of an event after it's already been created. Now, there are two different ways we can do this. There's the click and drag method, and then there's the actual editing of the event details. So the click and drag method basically works this way. We're looking at these same two sample events that we created in the previous videos. And if, let's say, we had our doctor's appointment at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, but we had to switch that to 9 a.m. on Thursday. Now, one way that we can change that day is simply by placing our cursor over top of the appointment. So we get that finger on there. And if we click and hold down, we can actually drag our appointment to a different day. So let's say Thursday morning, 9 a.m. So we've just moved our appointment to 9 a.m. We can also, let's say instead of it being at 9 a.m., we had to change it to Thursday at 2 p.m. We do the same thing down Thursday. So we click it, we drag it this way, and you're going to see here's our line, 2 p.m., right? So we go to Thursday, 2 p.m. There you go. Our appointment has been moved from, Thursday. So our appointment has been moved from Tuesday at 9 a.m. to Thursday at 2 p.m. Now, what if we wanted to change the length of a meeting? So let's say our business meeting we talked about, that was from 10 to noon. Let's say now we have to shorten it by 1 hour. The click and drag method allows us to do this, where we simply move down here until you see this up and down arrow. You click and hold, and you can now shorten your meeting, let's say to, now it's only an hour, so you can shorten it to 11 a.m. So that's how you essentially use the drag method. Now, one of the limitations to this is that when you try to drag to extend, you'll notice that it only does it in 15-minute increments. So what if we originally had a meeting from 10 to noon, but now we need to change it to, let's say it gets over 10 minutes earlier, so just 11:50. This is where the other editing function comes in. So if you click on your event, you're going to get this little box that pops up. You have a couple of different functions on here. So you email guest delete, which is removes your event altogether, and then you have this edit event function. Click on that, and it's going to bring up all these editing options. We're going to have a separate video that talks about all these editing options, but for right now, we're just going to look at this. So here's our date and times, as we saw it before. So remember how we said, let's say we still want to keep it on the same date. We're just shortening it by 10 minutes, right? So instead of it being 12 p.m., we need to change it to 11:50. Here we would simply click on here, and we change it to 11:50 a.m. and click Save. And now our meeting is exactly 10 to 11:50 a.m. So one of the advantages of having that editing function is that you can put an exact to the minute custom time for things. However, the advantage of the clicking and dragging is that it's very easy to move an appointment, to extend it, as long as you're fine with having it set for a 15-minute window, which for most things is close enough. So again, if we go into here, we can also click edit, and we can change the day and the times and everything. But that is essentially how we change, move the day, extend, shorten any sort of event that we're creating on our calendar in Google Calendar.